Good afternoon, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. Me and Jack have got just tomorrow worth of babysitting, and then Thursday we are not babysitting for the 4th of July. Also too, because I think the schedule that our friend who we're babysitting for her son, she doesn't work on Thursdays, so I think that's like regularly, that's what she was saying. So I think every Thursday we will have off, and it'll be like Monday through Wednesday, and then also Friday that we watch him. So I actually, guys, have been so insanely surprised. The last 2 days in a row I've been up at like 7 o'clock, I think, literally 7 o'clock or like 7:10. I have been up actually earlier than Jack. I've had to wake Jack up for the last 2 days, so I need to get to bed early tonight again so that I can hopefully keep that up and keep waking up at that time. I think that my internal clock is finally getting to that point where I am like waking up normally at that time and stuff like that, which is really great. But it does mean that I am like tired at like 10 o'clock at night now. So that's a good thing. Normally I'm like asleep by like 11 or so, 11:30. I actually think yesterday night I fell asleep almost at midnight or close to midnight or something like that. But I'm still getting like 7+ hours of sleep normally, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which I think that's like normal. I think isn't like 7 to 9 hours of sleep is normal or something like that. And honestly, guys, I think I was telling you too, I feel a lot better when I actually get up like early and when I don't oversleep. When I oversleep, I am horribly crabby, and especially too, even if I don't oversleep but I sleep late, like, so if I went to bed at like 6 in the morning and ended up sleeping until like noon or something like that, then I wind up still pretty crabby even though I only got 6 hours of sleep. Even if you say I went to bed at like 4 o'clock or something like that, woke up at noon, you know, I'm still like getting like 8 hours of sleep, but I am like just cranky because I woke up at noon, and like I don't like sleeping in. I don't like having less hours of sunlight. I feel very rejuvenated when I get like the maximum amount of sunlight hours. Like I am up when the sun is rising in the morning. I mean, not completely, I don't wake up when it's still dark out, but the sun is just coming up in the morning, and it's a very like that fresh sunlight, and it's so pretty, and I get all of the sun for like the most part in the day, and that makes me feel really good. And like I said, I think by nature my normal like sleep cycle is like I'm more night owl, but I don't like it. I like to be up, so I feel very accomplished when I do get up early. Today, guys, I got 6 vlogs edited, which I am already like, I think almost halfway through June right now, so I am like almost caught up with the vlogs, which is really good. And then I also, I'm sorry guys, I did dishes and laundry today. I also made dinner for tonight, and I also cleaned, like deep cleaned pretty much the bathroom, hallway, and the stairs, which is part of my like cleaning routine I've been doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. So the bathroom and, like I said, those areas I mentioned are my Tuesday like cleaning. And so I cleaned all of that, and I used all of my homemade cleaner, with the exception of I didn't use my homemade like window cleaner, only because I don't know, I don't think it works that well. I think I'm just going to use regular like Windex, but I did use my homemade cleaner for the shower. I also used toilet bowl cleaner, which I could also, again, I just have that stuff that I could, you know, we don't have a lot of like multi-purpose solution cleaner. I think maybe we have 1 bottle or something like that, but I would rather clean with my stuff if I have that opportunity. We have a lot of toilet bowl cleaner and Windex, so I want to just try and use that up, and then when we run out I can always make my own stuff. But I've noticed that I think I did make like a homemade like window cleaner or like glass cleaner, but the problem was that it didn't really seem like it turned out well. My multi-purpose solution cleaner is amazing, guys. I love it to death, and on top of that too, it is also like a deep stain cleaner to top it all off, like, and like deep, like it deep cleans too. You can use it just regularly as like a light like like a disinfectant cleaner, or two, because it has vinegar in it, you can just sprinkle some baking powder. Like I do it all the time for when I'm cleaning like the stove. And I have tried, guys, this was a testament to how good it was. Last week I tried, or not last week I guess, but the week before that, I tried like some just regular like stove cleaner stuff to try and get like this like a grease stain kind of like on the stove, and it kind of cleaned it, but I still noticed that it was there and it was like kind of bothering me. And I was like, well, I'll just try again next week. Maybe I'll try a different kind, or I'll try my homemade stuff and see if it works. I sprinkled a little bit of baking powder on. I sprayed the like multi-purpose cleaner, like the disinfectant spray thingy that I made, and then let it sit on there for a couple seconds, wiped it off. Completely gone, guys. I didn't have to scrub it or anything. I was like, holy cow, this stuff is amazing. So like that is why it's worth it to me. First off, it is way cheaper than buying it. It is not harsh chemicals. It is all like homemade stuff, and like stuff that's safe. Like pretty much everything is edible, with the exception of, I think you use a little bit of like dish detergent, or dish soap, not detergent, but like you can use like Dawn or like whatever you want to use in there. You can use like Gain or Cascade, I think. Does Cascade have like a regular like dish soap? But yeah, you guys know what I mean, like Dawn dish soap. And you put like, I think maybe it's like 2 tablespoons or something like that, but then it's like vinegar. For the most part, everything is safe stuff that you use anyway. I love using it. And then it's just baking powder if you have, like I said, a really tough stain. And I think I've talked about this like a million times. It's my favorite stuff ever. But anyways, guys, so I did all of that today. Then while we were babysitting today, Jack and we actually had set up the little pool in the backyard, because last Friday he brought over his little squirt guns, the little boy that we're babysitting for, like water gun kind of things. And so I kept going to every time they'd run out, because they brought 3, and so it was just the 2 of them using 2 of them. So every time they'd run out, I'd go and take the one that was empty, go fill it up with the hose, and then come back. And I was like, this is really like a daunting task. And I didn't want them to have to keep running back to the hose, and I didn't want the entire like driveway soaking wet, or like, you know, there to be puddles and stuff like that. So I was trying to minimize all of that by like letting them do that, because Jack is also a little bit messy when it comes to that. So I was filling them up, and then I was like, well, you know what, why don't we just put like our little kiddie pool in the backyard, fill it up, and then let them just fill up the super soakers in there, and then they can just run around the backyard and spray each other, which Jack is like really good at like entertaining and stuff like that when it's like that kind of thing. So while they were doing that, I was like, okay, well, if you guys are like good back here, like, you know, playing with the the squirt guns and stuff like that, and they were like playing in the pool. Jack said at one point they were like floating, they were like making little boats out of like pieces of wood and stuff like that, and like floating them and racing the boats and stuff. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go weed the front flower bed. So while they were all playing, I was weeding the flower bed, and then it was just, I finished weeding the entire front flower bed, just the one. But it was so hot today, guys. I think it was like almost 90 degrees out, or close to it. It was, like I said, ridiculously hot out. So they were doing that, and then I think maybe like an hour or something like that later, his mom came and picked him up. Then me and my mom actually ran to the dollar store to go and get a few things that I needed. I wanted to actually get, for when I do use the baking soda, I wanted it to be in some type of like container, because if I'm using the baking powder straight out of the box and I set it down somewhere and that somewhere happens to be wet, it's in a box, so the box gets wet, and I was like, I don't want to ruin like a whole box of baking soda. So I got one of those like little shaker things that you can put like red pepper flakes in. I think that's where I've seen them at like the pizza places, you guys know what I mean. They have like the bigger holes in them other than like a salt and pepper shaker. I thought that was like the perfect size. It's like normally how like a Comet, like if you get Comet cleaner, it comes in like a jar kind of like that, like the holes are the same size. So I ended up getting one of those, and I'm going to put the baking powder in there, so then I can just sprinkle that and then use the scrubbing stuff for when I do need to use it, which I thought would be kind of smarter, like I said, than using like the straight up like the box and just bringing it around with me, because we also again use that for like when we are cooking and stuff like that, or baking. And so it's not like the smartest idea to like be leaving it in like a puddle of something when I'm trying to, you know, it's got 2 uses. So I wanted to have I think I actually have 2 but I didn't open the other one, so like today I was just using that, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try and find somewhere to actually put this, or put it in something. So that's what I ended up getting, guys, at the dollar store. And also I got a new scrubby too, to like scrub floors, walls, counters, things like that. So we ran over there, and then I came home and took a shower, and then I already washed my face and like brushed my teeth, so I'm actually ready for bed right now. But that's why, guys, I have no makeup on right now. And I thought like I got sunburn on my nose, but I can't tell if my nose is just red because like my face is normally kind of red anyway, or if it was like I did get sunburned. Like it doesn't normally, I can tell when I get sunburned because I can kind of feel it, like my skin kind of, but it doesn't really feel like anything. And my mom told me too, she's like, oh, I think you got a little sunburn on the back of your neck. But the same thing too, when I even asked Jack, I was like, do I look sunburned on my neck? And he's like, no, I can't tell. Like my mom today, she decided to sit out in the sun for a little while and she got roasted, and I was like, yeah, guys. It was like, that's why you wear sunscreen. And I put sunscreen on twice too today, guys. But the problem was that I ran out of the first can, so I just like used a little bit on my face. And so then I started freaking out, and like I'm almost wondering if I'm overthinking it now, and I'm like, maybe I didn't get all of it, or I didn't do it well enough or something like that, and I didn't get it like sprayed enough. And so yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know what ended up happening, but I have to see. Like I said, it's not that bad, like it won't peel if it did get a little burned, but yeah. Anyways though, guys, I need to get to bed, but today I had a very, very productive day, which is, like I said, really good. So yeah, we have tomorrow, and then I think we actually might go to the parade tomorrow too, because one of the towns near us does a parade every what's it called, every like 3rd of July, and I think they do their fireworks also on the 3rd. It's weird though, I heard fireworks outside, and then I know it did rain, but I thought it was thunder, and then it didn't sound like thunder though, it kind of sounded like fireworks, and so I don't know if it was or if it was thunder, but like I said, it was raining, so I don't know why people would have been blowing off fireworks now, so it was just like random people doing it. Again, guys, I don't really know, but we normally don't really go to fireworks too often, but we might wind up, like I said, going to the parade tomorrow. I do know it's supposed to like thunderstorm like the entire week though, which would kind of stink, so we have to see. But I'm excited, guys. I told you guys I think the 4th of July is my favorite holiday. I just love it because it is such an outdoorsy, like summery holiday, and I love barbecuing, and I love, like, it's not one of those, I think I've said this before, one of those holidays where it's like super like hallmarked and stuff like that. Like even Christmas, and like, you know, everything for Christmas has to be perfect. You have to have all these fancy decorations and like all that kind of stuff, and like, you know, Thanksgiving has to be this specific theme. Like with 4th of July, it's just like summer everything, and that's totally, I love it. And so that's why every year when 4th of July comes around, it's my favorite outdoor holiday. Like you get to celebrate it outside. There's no other holidays like that you really get to do that. So that's why I love it so much. But anyways, like I said, I need to get to bed. I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.